digital dawn. Break the code. Lights on. Qubic mode. Neon rain on the city skin. Clock hits one, we're booting in. Clean signal, no static lives. Wide open like midnight skies. Hands up, we move as one. Pulse locked in the kicking drum. Truth flows when the bassline hits. Room lights up, the cipher fits. No fear, no walls, just motion. Mind to mind like ocean. Say the word, ignite. We're live in the neon light. We're live in the neon light. Qubic, Qubic, light it up. Cold starts dreaming when we show up. No limits, no borderlines. We write the future line by line. Qubic, Qubic, turn it higher. Cold spark growing into fire. Feel that way beneath your feet. We are the pulse on every street. Hard proof in the soft glow. Signal strong, we're good to go. Every note a beating heart. Every line a living art. Lean in, let the moment choose. Nothing to win, nothing to lose. From data to destiny. Sinking perfect honesty. No fear, no doubt, just motion. Mind to mind like ocean. Say the word, ignite. We're live in the neon light. We're live in the neon light. Qubic, Qubic.
All right, hello everybody. Let's wait a couple of minutes because most of the people actually joined the Discord stages, but they should be here. So let's give it a couple of minutes and we will start. Okay, looks like we have everybody here. Hello everyone, I'm Retro Drive. Welcome to All Hands Ask Me Anything live stream. So this has always been a Discord ordeal, Discord stages, but this is the first time we're actually streaming it on X, LinkedIn, and eventually it will be on YouTube as well. So today we have several internal Qubic teams to share their updates and progress with you. And those are Cortec, presented by Joram. This team leads development of everything in Qubic that's really this cool underlying technology you know and love. And I'm always personally excited about these updates because this is where you get all the alpha, and this is where you get the information before it hits X. So pretty excited about this one. Another exciting development is the hackathon that's coming up for Qubic. We have Pavel Chek who will present this initiative, and we will have a community update from LClip. It's quite a bit over there. So let's start, and I'll give the stage to Joram.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, if you can hear me, then most probably the people can also hear me. I try to enable the camera too, but I'm not sure. So maybe now it's working. Yes, I see. Sorry, I cannot change the direction, so you have to live with that for the moment. I will try to make it much better next time. So as you mentioned, this is the first time when we use StreamYard today to have the possibility to stream not only to Discord but also to the other platforms. Yeah, I gonna go. I told the people that I want to talk about oracles. So we have the roadmap that we want to build the oracles until the end of year. So that should be clear for everyone. And what's currently is going on, you have old slides, Retro. I'm really sorry.
Just
But you
let me
can
know
leave
when to
that.
change.
Leave that, no problem. The thing is that my slides disappeared. So yeah, I just talked today. I will try to make it short. So what we are building, we have the oracles, which are awaited a long time, and Phil, our lead dev, is working hardly to define the interfaces between the oracles. You can imagine oracles are for me, oracles are the providers of data. Means that they bring price information. They bring, for example, if a Doge mining solution is correct or not. So they bring this information. And what Phil is currently doing is building this interface between the Oracle machine and the core node. So that's what's going on currently. It's very technical, so I cannot give you like a nice slide about it, because it's really just how does the Qubic network communicate with this Oracle machine, and that's what we are currently building. At the same time, CyberPC is working on the Oracle machine itself. So because now we know how we want to communicate, so he is creating the software which then will handle all these Oracle requests. At the same time, another dev is working on another type of Oracle machine. And in the meantime, we are in talk. I have to say, with Alberto together, we are trying to get big providers on board. Like we try to create a contract with a provider which can give us price information like bulk wise, so that we don't have to go to each chain separately, but we can get bulk information from there. And as soon as we have these partners, we're going to talk with the computers and tell them, hey, look, we have this, and we'll check if they accept the offers, and hopefully they do, and then we can go ahead. Yeah, that's about Oracle. So the current stage is basically coding the Oracle machine, finishing the design of the communication layout, and we are already testing internally how the communication works, and onboarding partners as oracles as providers for the information. That's the current stage. Another thing I wanted to mention, I prepared a nice slide, is that we had the security audits for all our wallets. So the mobile wallet, Android and iOS, Apple platform passed the security audit. We had a third-party penetration test on both platforms, and they approved that security is good. There were some minor, let's say, changes we had to do. We did that. They did a retest afterwards, and now everything is approved. You can also find, of course, the results of these tests on our GitHub page. I tried to be honest, I don't know where to share the link. Maybe RetroDrive. Before we just shared everything in Discord, I will do that there again. Yes, I guess so. I will share it there, so we can find the results of it there. And what else? I'm happy to announce that it's like an organizational thing. So one of the positions of the careers we had online is we found a good candidate. So he will start beginning of December, and this will be a DevOps engineer. So he will strengthen the integration team by his personality, hopefully. So that's a good news. So we could find a person to join the team. The last one, which is missing, is another core developer. We are still in the interview process. We had some interviews already. We are already in the second and the third step of the interviews. But still, if there are interested C++ developers in core technology of Qubic, please feel free to write us in Discord or on Twitter or wherever. Contact anybody from Qubic and ask about the position. We are still open to hire someone there. Let me think. What else I had on my list? I think that's it for the moment. If I find something more, I will jump in later. I'm really sorry that the presentation disappeared, and we will fix that for the next time. Thank you, RetroDrive.
All right, thank you, Joram, for the update. Yeah, oracles, we're all waiting for that, definitely. And well, about the Lab hackathon that's coming up, there will be Pavel Czech presenting. So Pavel, I give you the microphone. You are muted, I believe.
Hello. Can you hear me?
There you go.
Perfect. Yes. Hi, everybody. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting us. So absolutely, I wanted to invite everybody in the community to imagine and build the next big thing with Qubic and different AI systems. So I'm very excited to invite everybody. The hack starts December 5th, and it will be going on through December 7th. We have a total prize pool of $44,000 plus, thanks to the amazing partnership with Qubic. And what is super exciting, what I wanted to kind of underline, is that one of the teams that has won the previous Qubic hackathon that we ran together in Paris, where we were hacking under the pyramid in the Louvre, right, as you guys might remember, Team Kairos, they designed a no-code solution on the Qubic architecture, and now they are one of the tracks. They're working actively with the whole team. So for me, it's just an amazing example of a team coming together, developing something that is valuable for the community, and then bringing that solution forward for the whole community to use. So today we already have about 500 people that applied for the hackathon. I hope and believe we're going to have many, many more. So our job as the partner is to help you get organized, help you get onboarded. So please head on over to lablab.ai. There are multiple tutorials for you to try for free, completely. You can sign up for a team. Yeah, you can find a team member if you are riding solo, or you can bring a team together with you, right? Even if you're in an existing startup, you can go and learn how to apply blockchain protocols to your existing business inside this environment. And this will be fully supported by mentors from our side, AI specialists, developers, and also obviously the amazing Qubic team is going to be there and support through the whole process. So once again, we have a lot of prizes, and we will be effectively introducing people to the protocol and applying the Qubic protocol to different technologies. So yeah, my pleasure. Please join the Discord, find your team members, find your community members. And from our side, this is huge. We have 240,000 plus developers, and effectively every this month, we added 400 new applications to the community pool, and I really hope that you add multiple high quality applications that are built on Qubic. And the top teams in the ecosystem have a chance to raise capital. The top teams in the ecosystem have a chance to meet investors, but also they can basically follow different decentralized paths to launch their products. So I think it's very powerful, and it's very aligned with the values of our community. So again, inviting everybody to join the LabLab AI and Qubic hack, follow one of the tracks, become the next big thing in artificial intelligence and blockchain. And there are great examples of this already happening. So any other things that I can talk about around the hack, I'm more than happy to do. And yeah, happy to answer any questions if they appear on the stream.
Yeah, actually, from what I remember, you don't have to be a programmer or a coder to participate at this hackathon. So
absolutely,
if you have some computer skills, that will do. So could you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So we allow, we're open, right? It's fully democratized. So we're not limiting anybody from joining. And we have multiple examples of subject matter experts who very successfully build commercial products. Most recently, we had, a doctor come in and build a system for agentic on-chain settlement for insurance claims against your, hospital bill. So that's just one example. We had an engineer that is a solar technology installation engineer, so a hardware engineer that taught himself how to use these basic vibe coding tools and development tools and different blockchain technologies, and he built a whole system that allows you to tokenize the solar production at scale coming from your house. So I think there's just multiple examples of this where you have subject matter experts that can come join the hackathon. All the resources that are needed are there, all the training is there, all the onboarding is there, and there's also a specialist that can answer specific questions. And it can be also a beginning of the journey, right? Even if you don't build Microsoft in 48 hours, obviously, yeah, or Netflix, but the whole idea is that you get started, yeah, you get onboarded to the technology and you can really build something amazing.
Yeah, actually, something else I wanted to add to this is there are a couple of tracks that you can go, a couple of directions in this hackathon.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them, if you are a coder or if you hire a team and build something on Qubic, there is a Nostromo launchpad where you can even, launch a protocol, you can collect the funds for your protocol, distribute it to the market. It's pretty involved, and it covers all the sides of launching pretty much anything on Qubic. But then there is a second track that you can take. It's called Easy Connect integrations, where you don't have to be a coder, you don't need to know any language. You can use software such as Make and Zapier, and basically construct something for Qubic and still win and still have the first place. That's what I found is really cool about it, because you don't need to know how to code. But yeah,
absolutely. I think we can really quickly just show people, with these two tracks, right? So hopefully you can see my screen. Yeah. And you can see that we have
hold on
the...
one second, please. Hold on 1 second, please.
No worries.
Yes, it's showing now.
Perfect. So as you can see, Qubic Hack the Future. You can enroll to the event. 5th of December is where we're starting. So you can see we have hackathons coming up, and the Qubic one, as you mentioned correctly, has the two tracks. Yeah, so the Launchpad track and the Easy Connect integrations. And everything is designed very, very specifically here. So you can see and walk through all the specific tools and all the resources and all the technical resources that are needed, and effectively submit. Everything happens in this platform. You can sign up, find your teammates, and basically connect either with me directly or with anybody on our team and get this information sorted. So yeah, we are inviting the whole community of LabLab to join the Qubic Hackathon.
All right. Thank you very much, Pavel. Okay, let me just swap the screens here. All right, and here's the community update from LClip. Oh, I don't see LClip on the stage. 1 second. Okay, while we are looking for LClip, we actually have Spike in Japan here, who can talk a little bit about QSwap.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Hi, this is Spike in Japan, giving you a QSwap update. I'm part of the team that's building the business that goes on top of QSwap. If you pull up the next slide, I'll go through some of the points. So a little bit of history. So the QSwap smart contract was the project that was built on top was abandoned. The developer, Peter D, decided not to proceed with that. That is his choice. You can't hold that against him, and that's okay. So we were left in limbo, and decided while that was happening, we decided to start a Plan B fund and get some resources together and rally the community and the shareholders that, there is a fail-safe. We were hoping DCAT and Joe Tom would take it over, but after we had a discussion with Joe Tom, we realized he was time poor. So we jumped in, a few of them, shareholders and I, we jumped in and formed a team, and we found that Prophet Phil and his team had already put in a request to develop the front end, but they weren't going to take the business on. So the team was formed, and it's part of myself and Dr. Mystic and Loco MB and Prophet Phil, who's the dev lead, and Joe Tom, who's the Qubic advisor, and helping with the smart contract and information. He's less involved. More it's the others pushing this forward, but when he needs, he steps up. So we send him a request and he steps up. Specifically, currently is to do with, you may not know this, but QX needs, in order for QX to receive funds from QSwap, it needed an upgrade. So he identified that and highlighted that and is having that changed. The smart contract, we could not get anybody to code the update that we want. So he stepped in and he's finding he's going to do that himself. If we move to the next slide. So what we're looking to do, so previously the smart contract was 20% dev fee. Since Peter D has left, we and said that we could have that. we've got a new distribution model, and the distribution model we'd like, and it's got to go to comps yet, is 27% to the shareholders, because the shareholders are running this. We're going to do 5% to the QX shareholders as the donation, because originally QX was supposed to receive something from QSwap, but somehow got pushed through. So we wanted to rectify that. We think it's fair, and there's many dual holders of QSwap and QX. We also want, I've pushed for this mostly, it's a 3% invest in rewards. I mean, this is quite interesting, and I like this, is because it allows us to reward people, for example, Qubic Trade, who've done a fantastic job. Nick has really got the ball going for QSwap, and we, as the shareholders, owe him a massive thank you. And we want to be able to do the rewards and save up for rewards to people like that, or projects like that, and invest in other projects, like kind of to pay it forward, or things that we think that we will need, and the shareholders will discuss. We decided to go for a 1% burn and maintain the 64% liquidity providers allocation. Now, in terms of, now you can break the business up into smart contract and other business. So the smart contract is trade fee related, whereas the other business, this is more like the website related, and this is where we want to get the funds from to start to maintain and to build upon the business, keep asking for shareholder donations. We had a goal initially for the plan B, but you could see that 21 people at that time are the only ones that donated, and you could see finding funds this way is going to be very difficult. So the other business revenue, which we will go to elaborate more on later, is about gaining the funds that the business can continue, and that's more like the web business. Now, there's 3 stages that in the business plan, and mostly I've only highlighted 2, but there's 3 stages. And the first stage is the initial build, and this we have to get an incubation grant. There wasn't a way around this because we just didn't get enough donations. We only got about 25% of the money that you need for building the initial front end. And if it was just going to go to that level, why bother? Because, Qubic Trade, QX, they're doing a fine job as it is. So you wouldn't need, if that's the stage we were just going to go to, we wouldn't have to do anything. So we need the phase 2, and the phase 2 is, and I've announced this today on QSwap channel, is we will launch a DEX token, and this is going to be a funding method, launching the DEX token. This is we will need to discuss this more. I have some ideas. The team, this is only just at initial stages. I'm just announcing to the channel, QSwap channel, and the shareholders that this is an avenue that we're going to go, and this is going to allow us to level up the front end to not just a front end. We are really looking forward to making it a portal, so like the go-to site where you can get all your information. You can link to the other projects on Qubic, and have more onboarding services, really help people get launched. And I've started reaching out to the other projects on Qubic to see if they'll get if they want a free page. So it'll have our navigation bar, or whatever you call it. I'm not a coder. And the navigation bar, and you will connect to their pages, and that's where they can advertise their project. And maybe we're going to leave it up to them a lot, is maybe have part of their project involved in there, and go from there. And then that'll be free for the current projects, because at the moment they're family, they're part of Qubic. and we're all at the big early stages. So those guys aren't paying. They're just going. But in the future, when we get to phase 3 and we build the site more later down the track, there will be charges for new pages coming on. But initial people won't be getting charged. There's a lot of benefits to that, and it's mostly building relationships. So it allows them to advertise on us. It allows them to push when they, for example, if I'm just spitballing here, if random lottery has a new jackpot, they can quickly post up something and it'll get more people involved. The next point is, and phase 3 is where, once phase 2 is done, obviously you move on to phase 3. It's about the income generation. Now, how long it takes to get to phase 3 is another discussion. We don't know. We're going to play that part by ear. It's just when it's ready. And I can see that I can't type. Now, next is using the other business allows us to use the community as a resource. This on the channel, I'm using people like and talking to people like Jong to FPK to these are their Discord names. Zared Lursen, they're all providing help and advice, and there's got to be a way on the front end that if these people have a business idea, or for example a verified devs page where devs who have experience on Qubic are able to show, be listed, so you're not getting random people on Discord popping up going, hey, I developed QX, when they didn't. So we can have people that can be gone to and see these are the list of people that we know have done work on Qubic. The other one is multimedia. So we have Zared Larson doing promo videos. On the channel, you'll see a lot of promo videos just to boost engagement and get people involved. Well, there should be pages for people like that with talent. We shouldn't. The community has talent, and we can advertise that and help them and bring them more into the whole ecosystem. So that's part of community resources and building relationships. I've already touched on I want this, primarily me, but I'm got the support of the rest of the team to push the portal. And then once people see that this business idea can be a self-sustaining business and that we can make revenue, it allows us to hire a team. If we can get the top 10 dexes, for example, are pulling in huge amounts of money and have full-time teams. And if we are going to take this project seriously, eventually you're going to need a full-time team if volume permits, because at the moment most of us are just volunteers, and so we have to plan for the case in the future we are going to hire a team, because there might be somebody better than the current team who can run this. That's my presentation.
Spike, thank you very much. This was actually really involved and well presented. And to be honest, this project, it's been there for a while, and I wasn't even sure if it's going to survive, but look at it now. You guys are really thinking about it in detail. It looks like it has a great future. So thanks for this update. I think it's important for everybody in this community.
Thank you very much.
All right, great. So, okay, Mr. El Clip is back. So he will present the community update. Hi. Hello, hello. Okay, let's give a minute.
Hello? Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Is it the sound okay, or is it a
Yeah.
bit? Yeah,
Yep.
it's good.
Sounds
I was
good. Yeah.
trying different.
Let me know when to change the slides. Okay.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for the patience. I was just trying to set up things in this new presentations, and let's go for it. Okay, so about the community, we have some updates that are happening already. So if you want to change the slide, please. Okay. First of all, it's about the onboarding process for new projects that want to have a channel in our Discord. So from now on, the projects will have to complete a form that is located in our website. The link is there, but also you can find it in the ecosystem site in the website. So, and why we are doing this is just to have to keep a track of each project and to already have some information that we will need later on to fulfill some a new space, which I'm gonna talk about in the next slide. But also it serves to help us get better communications and be all aware of the new projects being presented. So after the form is completed, a new proposal channel will be opened, or in case it's decided to don't open it, an explanation will be provided. So if you can change the slide, please. Thank you. So the new ecosystem channel. So what's going to happen with this is that we are going to change the ecosystem category, where we have almost 50 channels right now, and it kind of messes up all the visibility in our Discord, for a new structure, which is going to be a forum channel. In that forum channel, we are going to have a gallery for each topic, which is going to be the previous channels, and we will be able to select each of them, or even to filter the category we are interested in. For example, maybe someone is looking for DeFi projects in Qubic. So just selecting DeFi, only DeFi related channels will appear. It's kind of a way to organize a bit all the tools that we have already. And I think it's gonna help a lot in visibility, because all the space that we are having now for almost 50 channels is gonna change for one channel. So the reduction is gonna be quite big, like 1 to 5, something like that. So the idea is to increase visibility and also to onboard easily newcomers in Qubic. Can we change the slide, please? Numbers. Okay, so about this, we have some numbers to speak about on the community side. So for the new members, we are experiencing, we already spoke about that in our proposal, in the community proposal, but we are like having a floor on our growth. So we are arriving to a point that's normal, where also is mostly driven by market conditions. We are arriving to a point where the growth is consolidating, and from here we expect, depending also on the market conditions, to continue growing. But from now on, we are siding on growth. So we have 835 new members. As you can see, some of them are more interested in communicating, others only visiting. And well, the number of messages is good, because we still have an active community, and that may vary, but it's totally normal in current market conditions, where we are speaking more on a bear market basis than a bull market. So these numbers, personally, I find them totally normal, nothing alarming on them. Just to give explanation to some voices that were like saying that this is kind of a catastrophe. Personally, I don't think it is. We can also try to grow more, and this is what we are going to do. But yeah, just a coup of reality on it. Can we change the slide, please? What else? Okay. So I think this is something that the community is not aware at all, but we had we banned 369 scammers. These numbers are for 1 month. So this is the number of scammers banned in a month. You divide by 30, you have the daily scammers banned. So it's a very crazy amount of scammers that we are trying to stop every day. So that's we have help of bots to do this. It's not always mods who are banning those scammers, but unfortunately sometimes those links from the scammers are there for a while because the bots don't detect it. It's a problem based also on the platform, on Discord. In Telegram is much more efficient in that sense. But well, that's something curious I wanted to share. Then we had a big number of banned members this week. I'm going to return to this number later in the next point. But we have a big number, which is 18. And then we have a relation of channels. Top ranking members. This top here is the all-time top. So this is not a monthly stats, but are during all the time that this server has been opened. And then the countries and the duration of the membership, as you can see. Has some data to share with the community. Can we change the slide, please? Okay, next this is our team, the community management team. So as you see, the team has been growing lately because we are including voluntary members of our team, which were working for free for a long time, since the beginning, basically. We have included the more mods, like in the Chinese community, like Charcoal, and then also the Spanish community has been included. And we also plan to include next communities, which are going to be the French one, the Russian one. There are big communities that are there, and they are working for free for years. So it's fair that they also, I mean, they can receive the amount that they were deserve, but at least we can give something symbolic for them. So that's the idea of retributing at least symbolically their effort for Qubic. And then something we wanted also to share is that the community team has what's the name? Dynamic salary. That means that depending on the price of Qubic, we receive a payment or another payment. So that's depending on ranges on the Qubic price. So as the price has gone down lately, our salary also has gone down. Our salary is equal to dollars. So the amount that we are receiving has reduced by around 30%, roughly, more or less. And okay, next slide, please. Yeah, and now I wanted to speak about what has happened the last 30 days. Okay, approximately, but it has happened. There has been a lot of things going on lately, and I think it's good if we have a quick recap of that. Hope my time is not going too long. But we all started with the push we had with OKEX. It was a very strong push where most of the community make a big effort on trying to accomplish the requirements for that campaign. Unfortunately, it didn't work well. And there was also a continuation on the price decline, which has been eroding the atmosphere, and tensions have arose within the community. So when that happened, there was a confrontation with some members of the community and the moderation team. And well, some of them decided to open a new server, And what we have witnessed, after witnessing that the statements and overall tone in that space, the new server, we anticipated tensions. So we tried to increase the cohesion in our community. So we asked for making a poll for the Qubic community, and we asked what the community thought that we had to do, if strengthen or laws rules and be more strict with them, or to continue as we were doing. And the result of the poll was that we should strengthen our rules, enforce rules more firmly, and lower our tolerance for disruptive behavior. So that poll was in favor of being more strict by 72%, which is significant, and is what the community team tried to do. Can we please change the slide? Okay, so as the results show the community preference, the community team attempted to follow that mandate, and this was unsurprisingly heavily criticized by frequent participants in the newly created server, who occasionally joined the Qubic server either with their main account or with alts. We are having a big problem with alts, in my opinion. I mean, it's also nice that we are having the opportunity for everyone to always continue participating in our community with alts, but the problem is when some people or some profiles don't want to participate, want to boycott. So that's an issue when the alts allow them to continue doing a behavior that is eroding our passions, trust, confidence, and everything. So we should think about that, and from the community team, we will try to bring some solutions for this. But returning to the timeline that I was speaking about, the hostilities from that moment after the poll continued for some time, and particularly directed at team leads on platforms such as X, and of course also in private messages. Yeah, there's a lot that has not been seen. There's a lot that comes with being a team lead in Qubic, and some of that is not shared with the community, obviously, but well, we did know that community team leaders are having a lot of pressure in X. Most of it is completely false and completely unfair. Maybe there are some valid critiques, but the point of having a civilized system where valid critiques are accepted is exactly that. I mean, you can't go accusing someone with lying and then expecting to participate in a civilized process. I mean, we should all be responsible on how we try to accomplish our goals, and we should all try to be more civilized in how to pursue them. And I would love that everyone thinks about that, and hope it has some effect in all the community. Can we change the slide, please? So we want to stand from the community team. We want to stand firmly against those practices of harassment, and we aim to discredit and destabilize the Qubic team, and by extension the Qubic community, using accusations largely based on lies and fear. Unfortunately, the attackers reached a level, that's something that has happened this time, reached a level that not previously witnessed in our community, to the best of our knowledge. That was consisted in that private data from some team members was publicly posted, kind of doxing team leads in Qubic. So this practice constitutes a crime in several countries and is strictly prohibited by discourse guidelines. So we want to express our support to the victims of those attacks and call for cohesion and unity against actions that are ultimately designed to divide and create fear within the Qubic community. Yeah, I mean, all of this that is happening happens only because to destabilize our community. So the best way we can do, in my opinion, to face it is to keep together and to try to find a civilized way of finding agreements at the end, because that's what matters. The way that we can try to solve our problems without aggressions. So we hope to see a clear determination from the entire community on this matter and request that all governments arm the computers, take serious actions against such threats. We think that is a narrative that should go not only from the community team, but to the whole community, and especially the computers are the ones that have more power to position themselves against these kind of practices. Well, when I say position themselves, it's more position the project, the whole community. And last slide, please. So just a sentence to think about, that an energetic community requires safety, especially a project as new or as early as Qubic, where criticism and diversity of opinion are enriching a lack of clear opposition. Yeah, a lack of the kind of acts that we have witnessed may lead to an unsafe environment for everyone, and that's something that we would like everybody to think about and to reflect and to avoid, especially to avoid. We don't want to arrive to those points. We think we are better than that. So thank you, everybody, and that was the presentation from community.
Thank you, El Clip, for this presentation. And yeah, Qubic is a very passionate community, and you guys are on the front lines out there. So there's definitely going to be people who are unhappy and rowdy, but then it is what it is. That's why you get voted in every time. So thanks for that.
Thanks to you, thanks to everybody, and it's a real pleasure to be in this project. But we would love to enjoy the process all together, and I think we can do that. I think we are totally able to find that way.
All right, excellent. So whoever's listening, please ask your questions. The team members are here to answer them. We have a couple of questions already. And the first one comes from Wiper Nation. I have a working AI-powered municipal payment platform. For the hackathon, is it better to enhance? So I am sure you can enter with this into hackathon, but maybe Pavel can have a better answer for this. I'll include the link where you can register and contact the hackathon organizers. I think Pavel is no longer here, but okay. All right, the second question is from Revo. And he is asking about the timeline for Oracle's implementation. And I think this question is for Joe.
Yeah, thank you very much. The timeline is clear. We have communicated it a few times. Simply said, until end of year, we have a working environment, and then starting in January, we go online with the first cases, which will use oracles. That's the quickest answer I can give.
All right. We'll give it a minute for any possible questions, but meanwhile, I'll just mention that before we used to do this on Discord, these sessions, and now it's going to be on X and LinkedIn live, as well as on YouTube a little later. So as you can see, we have quite a bit more viewership than usual. I mean, we normally get like 100 people on Discord, but now we have 3,000, almost 3,000 people. So this is how it will continue going forward. And thank you for everybody who's visiting and listening. Oh, Joram, your camera is okay. I can actually don't have to break my neck to see you.
Yes, I learn. And next time it will be even much better, I hope. I also will try to get my Qubic shirt on for next time. So to have some branding. No, but for me it's important. I see really a huge increase of audience today. So as you mentioned, I mean, early we were doing this in our Discord with like 100, maybe 200 people visiting or watching. And now we are almost at 3K live watching at the stage, which is really cool. And I think this is a super sign also to give out to the community. If you have a project you want to present, or if you're working on your product and you want to have the audience, which we have here, come on, contact us and you get a spot. So because this is the community all hands, so it means, of course, that the Qubic work groups give a short update. So all the work groups founded by the computers, the computer controlled found, I would even say we have the obligation to give an update because we are like founded by the computers, but it should also be the stage for the community to present their products, or you can even see it as a little marketing boost for your project, I guess. That's really, I really like to engage you guys to join us here on the next, maybe even on the next all hands. When I remember correct, we have the next all hands in 2 weeks. So we have a bi-weekly, let's say, a schedule. And if you want to join to the next all hands, all what you have to do is bring us your content or your idea or your project, at least, I think we said like 3 days ahead, so that we have enough time to prepare the stage, the presentation and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward for the next, hopefully a bit better organized also from my side. It was not really nice today, but yeah, I'm here to learn.
So Joram, since nobody is asking, I'm going to ask, any secret information on Dodge mining?
If there would be secret information, I couldn't say anything because it's a secret, right? No, I mean, I get asked this a lot often. I get asked this often, and the thing is that what we do from the core technology is that we provide the framework to enable this we call it outsourced computing. So that's what we do, and with the going live of the oracles in January, we have everything ready to go into any possible kind of outsourced computing, and this also may include Doge. So yeah, that's everything I can tell you.
Okay, Chad has a question. What's the key difference between Oracle machines and oracles? I assume he's thinking something like Chainlink.
Yeah, it's not. I have on the page where we are documenting everything about the oracles. You have a picture, and the picture has three let's say servers or let's 3 nodes. One is the Qubic core node, which is basically running the network. One is the Oracle machine, and one is the Oracle. So we have these 3 types of nodes. Let's say we have 3 types of nodes. And the Oracle is the source or the provider where the information comes from. Maybe you can say, let's say CoinMarketCap could be an Oracle. As you mentioned, ChainSpect could be an Oracle, or CoinGecko, or even the Bitcoin network could be an Oracle for us. And the Oracle machine is the part which connects the Oracle with the Qubic network. So yeah, I hope that answers the question.
Okay. And another question: do we need oracles active to start mining Doge? Are they dependent or independent of each other?
Not sure if I understand correct, but what is the key? The key what we try to accomplish is that oracles do not even know about Qubic. So imagine if there is a Doge source oracle which will, let's say they will validate shares we provide, something like this, and they do not need to know that it's coming from Qubic. So they can assume it's coming from anywhere in the internet, and that's the key factor. So no, the oracles don't have to prepare something specific. Of course, if we have a specific outsourced computing we integrate, then this company or this institution who wants to use the compute power of Qubic, they would need to provide something. That's of course have to be done. But as long as we connect to public available information, they don't need to do anything specific.
Mm-hmm. Well, my question was more about, do we need Oracle integration completed before Doge mining can happen?
Yes, if you want to do it seriously, yes. We did a proof of concept with the XMR mining. So we integrated Monero as a proof of concept. Many things we did with Monero will now be part of the Oracle infrastructure. So what we learned from the XMR integration, from the Monero integration, will be translated to the Oracle integration. So what we do, we create a generic interface which is able to connect to any specific network. So that's the aim what you have to do. So we build the generic interface and only have to create the specific last part than for Doge or for any other thing we want to work on. And that's why I really suggest that that we have at least the base environment or the base infrastructure ready. It doesn't have to be everything perfect, but it has to be ready, and then we can go on ahead. It doesn't prevent us to work on Doge simultaneously. So we could already start. So if there is a team or a dev team or whoever who wants to do it, they could already start, because the most of the interface definition is ready, so they know how it will be in the future, so they could already start with the integration now. It's possible.
We should probably do a separate stream just with you, so we can go over this, because you're not really sharing anything new, but this is very useful for the public. Like a lot of people are missing this information, to be honest. Like some stuff is pretty new to me as well, There's another question. Can Qubic compute nodes be used for distributed 3D rendering?
It's hard for me to answer in general. It depends on the specific implementation. I would say it's possible if the 3D rendering can be splitted into individual parts. So what we cannot do is That's what we cannot do is. No, I leave it like that. So if it's possible to split the 3D rendering in smaller parts, then it can be distributed to the network. If it must be like one big chunk, then it's not possible. It's a good example. If we do XMR or Doge mining, we provide small shares, and maybe not the block. And of course, one of the shares will be the block, but the provided solutions are small shares. So everything which is dividable can be theoretically processed.
So theoretically, once the Oracle machines are implemented, somebody can create a smart contract that can use Qubic for 3D rendering, right? And pay in Qubic for the smart contract.
It would be possible, but I guess this business model would not be sustainable, because the 3D rendering process, if you would do that in the smart contract, it will be run by the computers, and the computers are really expensive, so they will charge you a lot to do that. So the better approach would be, if you want to do that, create a connector to the Qubic network and let the miners do the work.
Okay. So the actual answer is yes, you just need to do a little work for this. That's interesting.
I have not enough experience on 3D rendering, so I cannot say yes or not. But again, as long as you can divide the job into chunks, then it's possible.
So the general answer is, if you pay miners enough, they can do whatever you need. Really?
Oh yes, maybe this is also a good answer. That's not my business, sorry.
All right. Well, yeah, I think we don't have any more questions, and we're over time anyway. I think it was great. Thank you to every speaker, and yeah, we'll see you. There's another one next week, but with our scientists, Jose Sanchez and David Vivancos. And then in a couple of weeks we'll have another one of these. So thank you very much.
I thank you, RetroDrive, for the hosting today. It was a pleasure to have you here, and thank you for the audience. Thanks.
Bye-bye.